Hello, Purple Hearts. How are you doing? Hello, Felicia Fee. Glad you could join me. I want to say welcome to the Recap episode. One more time. Episode number 41. I hope everyone is enjoying their Sunday. I hope you are nice and toasty inside. I am cold. It is 59 degrees here in New York, and if you live in NYCHA, you do not get heat unless it's under 55 degrees. So I am sitting here in my nice, warm, and cozy robe that I purchased from Old Navy. I'm going to tell y'all right now, go get you one. It is so soft and so cozy. I got the color that goes with my slippers, which is it's brown. Okay, it's not a dark brown, it's more of a light brown. So if you are new here, welcome. This is where we come to discuss the questions of the day for the previous week. And we are on recap number 41. How about that? We're going to be at 50 in a minute. I want to also let you all know that in these lives, I've decided to link the videos for the questions of the day that I'll be discussing. So I know it's kind of hard if you want to go back and find them. So I decided to link them in the video so that you won't have a problem finding them as we discuss them. So if you want to leave a comment, you can. See, I'm making it easy for y'all. I'm making it real easy for y'all. So I usually start out with what I did for the week. And I didn't do anything up until Thursday. Thursday, I went out and I met up with my bestie and we went to BJ's to get some things. Now, I am a BJ's member. There are a lot of people on YouTube that don't show videos about when they go to BJ's. They do Costco and Sam's Club. I guess BJ's is the bottom of the barrel for them, but it's not for me. Okay. I am a member. Okay. I am. And, just being here by myself, there are some things in a club like that I can use. I don't buy very many things in bulk. I got some Ziploc freezer bags. I also got some Tide detergent. I got a couple of other things as well. So those are the main things that I go for when I go to BJ's, other than shrimp, because their extra large shrimp is $13 a bag, and I don't mind paying that since I'm the only one that eats shrimp. I get myself 3 bags and I can sit here and eat my shrimp and that's it. Their crab legs did go up. I do have some in the freezer. They were $19.99. They jumped up to $21.99. So since I'm the only one that eats crab legs, I don't mind doing that either. They last me for a while. Now, as far as the Ziploc bags go, I was actually in the aisle debating which box I should get. And the ones I got are the quart bags, and that's 216 bags, I think, for $18.99. You can't beat that. There is nowhere in the world you can beat that. Okay. So, it didn't take us long to get our things. Now, if you're a New Yorker, then there are two BJs in the Bronx. One is along the number one line, and one is by not too far from Yankee Stadium. That's the one we went to. We went to the one at, wasn't too far from Yankee Stadium. We linked up in McDonald's, and then we went on to BJ's. When we finished shopping, now at the time of day that we shop, I don't like to be out and doing mass transit while the kids are getting out of school. I don't like that because the buses are crowded, the trains are crowded. I like to go and get it over with and be back in the house by the time, they're out and about. So when we left, my friend was saying, well, when I get on the bus, I'm going to get off and walk. She was going to get off at Lenox and walk to the train station at 135th. And I said, well, why are we doing that? Why are you going to do that? And those 19 buses be crowded. Number 19, they be crowded. So I said, well, why don't we just walk across the bridge? She looked at me and said, are you sure? Because she knows I have lupus. So I said, sure, why not? I mean, it was a nice day. It was sunny Thursday. It was, not too warm, not too cold. So we walked across the bridge, and then she said, are you getting on the 19 to go to Amsterdam? And I was like, nah, let's go to 135th. So we walked to 135th in Lenox, and she said, let's get something to eat. I'm kind of hungry. So we went to McDonald's right there on 133rd. Do you know, long story short, I winded up walking the rest of the way home. Now, she lives downtown Manhattan, and I didn't live too far from where we were. So I said, well, you go on to the train station, I'm going to finish the walk, and I'm going to go home. She said, you sure? I said, yeah. I walked all the way from BJ's back to my house. Now, oh, no. We're not doing that. No. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Hold on for a second. So I winded up walking from BJ's in the Bronx by Yankee Stadium all the way home. A girl, a whole lot of walking is not the word, but you know what? I did that walking, and I only accumulated about 3,500 steps. But that's not, that's not bad. Coming from the Bronx, I was like, wow, I had some stamina that day. What you say about how long was it? It was about about 3 miles, if that. It could have been 2.5. I mean, I could have gotten a cab, but for some reason, I just wanted to walk, and I didn't suffer the next day. 45 minutes to an hour, about an hour, about an hour. Please hold. Okay, I ain't even gonna apologize because that's their job. That is their job, but I'm not gonna have that in my video if I can help it. In any instance, sometimes it's great to walk. My doctor wants me to walk more. Let's see. I can't wait until I'm back up walking good without a roll Ada and go back to cane at least. Hold on, please. Hold on. All right. Um, you said I can't wait until I'm back up walking good without the roll Ada and go back to the cane at least. I understand. I understand that, but I want you to take your time. Take your time. You'll get there. Baby steps. Okay. And you said you're going to physical therapy. That's a wonderful thing. When you feel like you want to give up in that physical therapy, no. What I'm going to say is if you feel like they're pushing you too far, say so. Say so. Don't let them push you until you can't go to your next session because you're so sore you can't make it. You know what I'm saying? So please take your time in physical therapy. Push yourself as much as you allow yourself to be pushed. That's what you do. I mean, that's what I would do. I understand, being on the roller thingy is not what not what you want. I understand that. But if you keep going, you are going to make it. You are definitely going to make it. You're going to make it back to where you use the cane, and then after that, maybe you won't even need the cane no more. It's a process, and I know it's hard, but you're home, and that's improvement within itself. So while you're going to physical therapy, just remind yourself that you're doing this for yourself. You're doing it for you, and you'll get there. I know you'll get there. I have faith that you will get there. I'm going to come over to your house and we're going to jump double dutch. I don't know who's going to turn for us, but we can get out there and jump some double dutch when you're feeling better. Or if you're not double dutch, how about some single rope? You know what I'm saying? But you're going to make it, Felicia P. I have faith that you are going to make it. So, yeah, I did all that walking Thursday. Friday, I was supposed to go out, but I didn't go out. I opted to do some things in the house, and yesterday wanted to go food shopping, but that's right. That's the main thing. Do not give up. Don't do it. Don't give up. Because that's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to give up. So don't give up. Stay the course, Felicia Fee. Stay the course. You already know. Yesterday, I didn't do much of anything. I got a package yesterday from HSN, something I ordered for my other channel. Everybody's doing the unboxing of this mega stamp kit from Diamond Press, and I got mine yesterday. Looking forward to 2 more things coming, and Christmas cards are on the horizon. So I got to get with it because Christmas is going to be here before we know it. Thanksgiving is next month. Okay. So I got to get with it. I got to get with these Christmas cards. Every year I make cards for every clinic that I go to. I do it for the doctors. I do it for the receptionist. And I go to 3 clinics. So that's a lot. That's a lot of cards. And I'm going to be making cookies. So, when you start something, they start looking forward to it. So I'm not going to disappoint anyone this year as far as cards and cookies are concerned. They will get their cards, they will get their cookies, and everything is going to be nice and rosy and bright. Okay. So I got to get on that because I have a lot to do where that is concerned. What you say? Yeah, it's that time of season. Yes, it is. It most definitely is. And when you are a card maker like me, you have a list of people you send cards to. You have a list of things you do for people, that have done things for you throughout the year. I do this for my clinics because they help me throughout the year. And the least I can do is give back to them, So that's my giving back. That is my giving back to my doctors and the receptionists and, of all the clinics that I go to. So that's what I do. Happy Sunday, Sonia J. I hope you're doing well. Uh, we are at the recap episode number 41. So if you missed the questions of the day, they will now be linked in the live video that I do. So the questions of the day for 10/6, October the 6th, October the 8th, and October the 10th will be linked in this video. Okay? I'm making it easy for y'all, like I said, because I know it can be confusing because I do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and there are a lot of Mondays, a lot of Wednesdays, and a lot of Fridays. So while I was sitting here waiting to go live, I just went through and I started at the very first question of the day video I did and linked all three videos in every single episode that we've done. And I will do that going forward so that if you missed the questions of the day and you want to go to the video, you can go to the video after I finish the live and you can review those questions of the day that I've done already. So we are going to start with Monday, October the 6th, 2025. The thought for that day was, if you don't know where you are going, any road will get you there. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Any road, left, right, south, east, west, north, it don't matter. Any road you take will get you to where you don't know where you're going. So this question right here got me to thinking, and I said, this is a good one. Maybe, maybe we can discuss this. Maybe we can discuss this. So the question for Monday 10/6 was, do you think a fling could be a good thing? Do you think a fling could be a good thing? Now, we know what we're talking about here when I say fling. We all know, okay? A fling usually means you stepping out of your relationship and you're with somebody else, right? Oh, so you say it's a good thing if it's temporary. See, I got some reservations about that. If I'm gonna have a fling with someone, I have to be single, and so do they. What you said? Oh, hold up. That's what I'm talking about, Sonia J. We would have to be single and grown. Not that kind of fling. We would have to be single and grown, and that's my whole thing. We would have to both be single, but I don't know. A fling is on spur of the moment, right? And I can't do spur of the moment. That doesn't leave me time to drag your ass to the clinic to see if you got anything. It leaves me no time to check your blood work. What you said? Glad my husband is all into the game. What you say? That's not what I meant. I don't have time to take your ass to the clinic. I don't have time to check your blood work to make sure you ain't got nothing. A fling is on the spur of the moment. But if I know the person and I know, their history and they know my history, then yeah, it could be a good thing. I guess if you're single, if both of us are single, we both have to be single for that one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it could be a good thing if you're single and you know each other's health history, because health history is very important. You don't want to get something that you can't wash off with soap and water. You don't want to get something that you have to get a shot in the ass for. You don't want to get something that you have to carry around for the rest of your life because you decided to have this fling on the spur of the moment. Exactly. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, I mean, you know what? Okay. I'm gonna get into this for a minute. There are some couples that decide to, spice up their sex life by pretending not to know each other. You know, let's just set the stage, okay? The husband or the wife might be sitting at the bar and the other partner might walk into this establishment and they don't know each other, or they're pretending, air quotes, that they don't know each other and sit at the bar, have a light conversation, and then decide, oh, we're going to pretend this is a fling. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Role play. What you said, some people thinking they're single when they're not at home. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You got that right. So, they might want to spice it up and do what Felicia Fee said, role play, and pretend to have a fling. That could be dangerous too, because now you pretending to have a fling and might want the real thing. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, on some instances, I feel like it could be a good thing, and then on other instances, I feel like it's a total no. you know, but to each their own. To each their own, and to own their each. Okay. So let's see. That's dangerous because it starts in the mind first. Oh, yes, I totally agree with that. It does start in the mind first. And like you said, it is dangerous. It is very dangerous. Dangerous to the person who wants to have the fling on the person that they're with. It could lead to a lot of broken bones. Allegedly, officer. So, Are we ready to move on to Wednesday? Wednesday, October the 8th. And the thought for that day was, even if you are on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. And I agree with that. You have to move. You have to have some kind of movement. If you're on the right track, you want to stay on the right track, but you don't want to sit there and let everybody else run past you or run over you or walk over you. You have to keep moving forward within that right track, you know? So that right there was Wednesday, the thought for Wednesday. Now, here's some more controversy. Right, Felicia Fee. Exactly. Hey, outspoken one, how are you? I hope you're doing well on this Sunday. Her said, hey, everybody. Now, this next question is going to be controversial. And just like we talked about the fling, we're going to talk about this too, because I know y'all got a lot to say. Okay. The question for Wednesday was, what do you frown upon when it comes to raising children? What do you frown upon when it comes to raising children? My first thought was, my first thought was, when I got this, it's like, in my mind, I was seeing a child on the floor in the supermarket, spread out on the floor, just kicking and screaming, and the mother's going, "Get up, little Timmy. Don't do that." Now, we know that she's raising this child. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Spare the rod and spoil the child? I think not. I got none of that coming up. Now, there's a fine line between discipline and abuse. And we all know this. Now, the ass whoopings that I used to hear my friends talk about, and a few that I used to get, would have been considered as abuse. You know, when people talk about how their parents beat their ass with the hot track toy, or beat their ass with the belt buckle, not the belt, but the buckle, and extension cords and shoes and all this stuff. There's a fine line between discipline and abuse. Now, what I do frown upon is a child sitting around while adults are talking. My mother and father didn't play that shit. If their friends came over and we were sitting there, they would tell us, go in your room. Adults are talking. I frown upon that. I frown upon a child sitting there while adults are around talking about adult things. Because we as adults now, not everybody do this, not everybody curse, okay? Exactly. Take your ass outside and play. Okay? My mother and father didn't play that shit. We had to go in our room or we had to do what Sonia J said. Went outside and played. Now, us as adults, I know everybody don't curse. But I got my cursing from my father. He was a Marine and he cursed a lot. So now when you hang out with your friends, of course you're gonna let it all out. Motherfucker this and bitch that and fuck you and I frown upon a child saying these things. Okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you about an incident that happened to me in the lobby of my building. I was standing there waiting for the elevator, and this mother had her daughter, and we're standing there and we're waiting for the elevator. And she's talking to her daughter and, telling her daughter, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. When we go upstairs, I want you to do this and I want you to do that. Now, this little girl was about 4 years old, and she was so cute that day. I said, oh, she is so cute. How old is she? She says she's 4. I said, oh, 4 years old. I remember that age, which I do. I remember when I was 4. I can remember all the way back to when I was 2. But anyway, I digress. The little girl looked at me and rolled her eyes and moved her neck. I said to myself, is that what you saw? Is that what you saw? And the mother saw it. She said, I know you didn't just roll your eyes and move your neck at that lady. What I told you about that? Smacked her on the butt 2 times. I said, it's okay. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't raise her like that. I did not raise her that way. I said, okay. All right. She, little girl crying. Ugh. Now I got to ride up in the elevator with her crying. She crying, I mean, to the top of her lungs, stomping her feet. I was so glad when I got off that elevator, I didn't know what to do. But my thing is, the mother caught it. Okay. Where did she get that from? Where did she get rolling her eyes and moving her neck at 4 years old from? Okay, sometimes some parents think that the things younger children do are cute. Rolling your eyes and moving your neck at 4 years old is not cute. Yup. Exactly. So I frown upon things like that. I frown upon parents, having their friends over and the kids just sitting there and they listening and they watching. Grown folks is talking. Take your ass outside or go in your room. There are other things that I frown upon. Like, you could be on your phone You could be on your phone and you're walking and you have your child with you and you mad. You know what I'm saying? And you cussing, motherfucker, But the child, you outside and you on your phone, but you got your child with you. You know what I used to do? I used to be like, girl, I'm going to call you when I get upstairs. That's what I used to do. I'm going to call you when I get upstairs. Because number one, I'm mad. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm walking with my niece, and she's young, and of course she's listening. You understand? So no, I used to be like, girl, I'll call you when I get upstairs. Hang up. We go upstairs. We do homework. Have a snack. Okay, go on your own. And then I'll call her back and be like, let me tell you what the hell happened. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people don't think about things like that. They don't. I feel like this world that we are in right now has gotten so loose. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have, been born a little later so I could get away with some of these things. You know what I'm saying? But the way I was brought up shaped me to the way I am now. So, is there anything that you frown upon when it comes to raising children? You got my point of view. Now I want yours. How do you feel about it? I mean, is this question that I asked pushing the envelope a little bit too far? Because remember, I told y'all about 2 lives ago that I was going to stop skipping over the hard questions, and I was going to have at least 1 or 2 in the lives going forward. I mean, it gives us something to talk about. It gives us something to, it gives us something to talk about. It gives us something to discuss. What you said, Felicia Fee? I don't know. That's a hard one. Yeah, it is. And see, this is what I'm saying about pushing the envelope with these questions. So I don't want it to ever be a thing where you're pushing this, you're asking this question. I gave you a few examples and how I feel. So I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, but I did say that I was going to start including these hard questions. So now the next question is not going to be that hard. Friday, which was the day before yesterday, the thought for Friday was, and this is a true one, we've all said this before, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. That's the thought for Friday. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. I'm turning the page. Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to hear the truth now. We all know that too. We all know that. Exactly. The truth never changes. Yes, it is true. Okay. Now, the question for Friday is an easy one. The question was, would you ever grow your own food? Let's see. Yes, people want gossip and mess. So the question for Friday was, would you ever grow your own food? And believe it or not, you know, a lot of people are in apartments, and I feel like we can still grow our own food. Yes, she said some, right? You need to start growing your own food. I believe that some of us that are in apartments can do it. It can be achieved. I mean, you can grow potatoes, you can grow uh, chives, you can grow what else? What else? I'm trying to think of something that's not gonna grow too much. I'll just say this: there are many other things that you can grow in inside in your apartment. That's what I believe, and I would like to. I just don't like. Yes, exactly. Dill, cilantro. Yes, ma'am. Um, I wouldn't mind doing it. And with that you have to think about where the sun comes into the windows and stuff like that. So you got to time it with the sun and the seasons as well, you know. So that's not. If you have some windows or balconies, you can do it. Yes, you can. My thing is, I don't like bugs. Nope, I don't like them. I don't like them. And I'm thinking that if I'm starting to grow these things, like let's just say potatoes. If I'm starting to grow potatoes, some bugs is going to come behind that, and I'm going to be mad and throw the whole thing out and just say the hell with it. You don't like bugs either, huh? I'm telling you, it's it's something that we should be thinking about. I believe onions, we can grow onions too, right? It's something we should be thinking about, especially now with this government shutdown going on. It's just too much. We don't know what's coming next. We just don't know. And it's kind of scary, you know what I mean? But we're all still here. So as long as we're all still here, we can make an improvement for tomorrow. So there you are. That is your recap for Monday 10/6, Wednesday 10/8, and Friday 10/10. Remember, I will be dropping the questions of the day on the community wall every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. I will be here with you guys on Sunday. If I'm not coming on Sunday, pay attention to the community wall, and I will let you know that I'm coming the next day. Okay? You guys all know what I suffer with, so I might have to push it from Sunday to Monday. All right. Before I go, is there any questions anyone would like to ask me? Oh, yeah, before I go, let me say this. Go to oldnavy.com or the Old Navy near you and get yourself a nice fluffy robe. Okay. I have one. It has the hood. It is nice and warm. It is soft. They also have night shirts for women. I got two of those. One of them are white with pink ribbons, and I got a green and white one. It is nice. It is soft. Yes. So get yourself a robe. If you don't get the nice shirts, get yourself a robe because this robe is the bomb. Okay. Yes. 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 Get yourself a robe. Okay. Oh, God. Hold on, please. They just doing the most out there. They just doing the most. I swear, I'm telling you, this weekend has been jumping. I don't know what in the heezy is going on outside, but I'm inside and what you said never fails. No, it doesn't. Never fails. They always gotta come through. I done put the video. I done put myself on mute like 3 times already. Like 3 times. So is there anything you guys want to ask me before I head out? Don't forget to go and get that roll. OldNavy.com for real. And if you have a Primark in your area, go to Primark and get yourself some nice slippers to go with that fluffy robe. Okay? As y'all can tell, I like to shop. I really do. I really do. I do like to shop. So I'm not going to hold y'all no more. I'm quite sure there are other people that are live right now. So y'all take care. Take great care. Be blessed. Never stressed. And stay safe always, especially in these times. Don't forget that it is scamming season. Okay, don't open every email, don't open everything that comes to your phone. Keep in mind that they are trying to get your money. Okay, y'all take care, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.